Jared Graves is a rider that has been there from the very start of the Enduro World Series, and in that he has been a defining factor. This season didn't start off for him very well, a little bit uncharacteristic, but then at the last round in Colorado, he's turned it around. On the eve of this race here in Whistler, we thought we'd catch up with him and see how he's doing. Where did it all start for you? What were the sort of origins of riding and racing mountain bikes?
I guess growing up, BMX was like the family sport. Started that when I was almost 5. We were just racing like 35 weekends a year sort of deal, and just sort of evolved from there. So like with the BMX background, about 13, started going off after school, playing in the bush, and started racing at 14, just with cross country at first, and sort of that became cross country and downhill back in the day when sort of everyone did a bit of everything really.
From there you've competed in so many different genres and aspects and disciplines over the years. What is it about all these different things that drives you to try so many varieties of riding a bike?
There's always something you can take from one discipline that'll help another one, especially for enduro. Like the whole reason I wanted to do some cross country racing, it teaches you to be really efficient. You know, you've got to relax on the descents, and if you're going too hard, you just learn to be efficient and smooth while staying quick. And you know, BMX and four cross with just power and smoothness and skills. Downhill, raced downhill for about 8 years, and just a bit of everything. I really think everything can help every other discipline in some way. So,
why do you sort of change these? Is it kind of boredom with each one?
It kind of looks that way, I guess, but a lot of it starts with, like with BMX, for example, I just wanted to do it in the off season as cross training, because I just feel like you get burnt out if you just like ride the mountain bike all the time, you know, over and over again. So
it's a pretty good place to end up at the Olympic final.
Well, yeah,
with a bit of like off-season training.
It started, that's just my personality though, like you start off doing that, and then you know, you enter a certain race and like I won that, and you go, all right, I'm going to try this next level up, and I won that, and then early 2007, I was really starting to think about the Olympics, and I knew it was, you know, it was on at that point, so it just evolved. You know, you just want to always keep pushing yourself. Yeah. And
eventually now you're in enduro. What was it about it that sort of drew you to this discipline?
With enduro, I think I've said to a lot of people, like I think it's what I would have done from the start if it was around, you know, when I was 18, 19. Yeah. With enduro, you've got to be, like you can't have a weak area. Yeah. You know, you can do so many different things, and you can relate it to like specific training in some way.
And so that world title that you won in 2014, how much of a sort of accumulation of all your talents did that feel like? Did that feel, you know, a real coming together of everything?
Just knowing how rounded you have to be to win that title, it was definitely the most satisfying title I've won for sure, and it was just a great feeling to know that I'd set a goal and pulled it off. And I mean, since then, got injured right before the first round in 2015. Every race I did went well. I had 6th, a 3rd, a 5th and a 1st, and finished the season with the win. I mean, I still thought of last year as actually a really successful season for the races I did do. Yeah, I don't know, my gears were all over the place on the pedalling part, and that's just cost me a lot of time. But I don't have any strength in my right arm, and no way I could hang on right now. I've got a flat. Seems to be the story of my seasons.
And you think you're riding this year, you feel good in your riding and in yourself, just these sort of chain of sort of unfortunate events,
I mean,
really.
In Thuile, I felt like I was really riding within myself because I was so sick of getting random mechanicals. I was like, all right, just keep it really smooth and make sure you get the bike down to get a result. And then you're not having fantastic stages because you're riding tight and you're thinking about too much stuff. And
then do you think that eased off going to Colorado, a place where you've ridden quite a bit and you're comfortable with that terrain? You know, does it feel just a little bit of pressure off in that respect, and that maybe sort of helped you?
After Thuile, I'd had enough of it. You know, I was just like, what am I doing? You know, like. So then in Aspen, I was like, you know what, stuff it. I'm just gonna. I don't care about the result as long as I give it everything I got, and all of a sudden it all just clicked into place again. So. And
you seemed on top of the world after that, obviously winning another world race, but how much has that sort of lifted your spirits coming out of that?
Totally. Like I feel like my old self again. You know, you come in, you go out for a ride, and you just got that confidence in yourself.
And going forwards, we're back in Whistler, a place that you've typically loved over the years, I think. And how are you feeling about this race and moving forward for the rest of the season?
Oh man, I got to say, I'm really happy about the stages they picked. I think it'll be a really good, true, like all-round overall test. Bike park in Whistler isn't really bike park. It's still like very rough, natural, raw terrain for most of it. A true all-round rider will do well here.